Hey, how's it going? Welcome along, I'm Roy from Wreck My Funeral. That was raked, by the way. So, another tech review, and I have another little toy here to play with, and that is the GTide R1 watch. Now, this was sent to me by GTide to have a look at, and as always, I've not done a huge amount of research into it. I've kind of taken it at face value just to have a little look at it and a play and see what I think and let you know. It's very cost effective. They're about 60 quid on Amazon. And it's mostly focused around health. So it's got the whole pedometer, heart rate monitoring, sleep monitoring, and blood oxygen, whatnot. Also, it can give you your messages via Bluetooth and so on, apparently. Check out the description if you want more information as to exactly where you can pick one of these up. Be interesting to get it open and have a look and see what it's like. So in terms of the packaging, obviously it comes in a nice, neat little box. It's actually quite ideal as a Christmas present size, to be fair. If you've got someone in the family that's well into health, that could actually be quite a good little one, just because it would be quite easy to wrap. It's not a complex shape, so in terms of wrapping, I'd give this a good 9 out of 10. Okay, so inside there is another box. So it's the old box within a box ploy. I like it. There's a close-up on this camera for you in the distance. There it is. Okay, right, so let's have a look. Okay, do you know what? The initial thoughts are it's not very heavy, but it's got quite a nice finish to it. I'll bring it around so you can see, look. Get a nice close-up of that. It's got a nice finish to it. Do you know what? That's not bad. That's not bad at all. Before we continue, let's just see what else is in the box. There's two little boxes within the box that are within the box. And a little instruction manual, which has literally got every language you can think of in here. Honestly, how do they expect me to read all of these? Before we move on to the watch, let's just see what's inside here. So inside of the first box, so that's the little charge dock gizmo. So it fits onto there, like so. Oh, nice, okay. So that's how you're gonna charge it up. And then inside this box, it's an optional blue strap. So if you're not happy with your strap on, you can take it off and put it on this one. So with the strap all open, there you go, you can see it now. That's what it looks like. And as you can see, it's pretty decent. Watch itself. Now it's got a peely on it. Should we take the peely off? What do you think? Should we take the peely off? Or should we leave the peely on? I might take the peely off. I'm going to take the peely off. Ready? And before we go on, let's have a quick tidy up. Okay, so I have no idea whether this has got any charge in it or not. So we're going to try holding the button and see if it turns on. Incredibly sadly, it appears to have come completely flat. So I will need to charge it before I can continue. So please, one moment.
A few moments later.
I put it on for about half an hour or so. It's up to about 30%. So let's try again and switch her on. Boom. Okay, so there is the screen. That is what is on the display. It's quite crisp and clear. I popped a little camera here so that you can actually see what I'm doing with the watch, because I realised kind of hard to see, and just to talk about it's not so good. And hopefully you can see what I'm doing. Now, as you can see, the screen there is livened up and it looks pretty good. Now I can swipe across and it will tell me how many steps I've done, the amount of calories I've burnt today, and as well as how far I've kind of walked. So if I'm wearing it, you know, in the day to day, that will be catching all of that. This would show my current heart rate if it was actually on my wrist. I'll do that in a minute. I don't know what that is, but that's telling me my skin is 28 degrees C. Okay, well, we'll come back to that when I put it on as well. So this is obviously the sleep mode, so wear it while you're asleep and it'll tell you how good your sleep is. That'll be most likely blood oxygen, the current weather, a calculator. Oh, that's really handy. If you did want a calculator on your watch, then this will do it. Okay, and that's it for that side. So we can swipe back. What's the other side? So the other side is all this stuff. So if we've got it connected to a watch, I guess via Bluetooth, then we could make a call on the watch. And then we've got all those different settings that we just saw. But look, we've got music as well, alarms, stress. I'm going to press stress and see what it is. So I guess that'll tell me how stressed I am. Interesting, okay. Fatigue, my current mood. Okay, so there's a lot of things on here that I'm quite interested. I need to actually wear it for a bit, right? So breathing exercises, function settings. So we're going to have go and have a look in the settings. So the dial. So this is what it looks like. So we can choose from different styles. See, that one looks pretty groovy. So yeah, you've got a bunch of different styles. Not a huge number, but I'm going to go with that one because I quite like the look of that. That looks pretty smart. Okay. What else have we got in these settings? So theme. List, nest, so we can have right, so we can have it in the style of the Apple Watch, basically. That's quite interesting. Problem is I don't know where the settings button is now. So just like on the Apple Watch, I'm now scrolling around just trying to figure out where it is, and I'm not seeing it. You're probably seeing it and are screaming at the, the screen. I can't see settings. Am I being stupid? Aha, and that's how we get back to that one. So spin. Oh. Sorry, I just kicked the camera, so it went a bit wobbly. Hopefully it's all right now. Right, so spin, yeah, now so we now have it as a rotating thing. So basically, yeah, there's a few interesting different ways to kind of control it and do whatnot. Well, what was the icon for that though? I want to go back to the original list. Settings, theme, list. There we go. So we're back to how it was when we started. So what else have we got? So let me get back into settings. So after theme, we've got brightness, sound, about, off, reset, and a whole host of other things. So let's firstly, let's swap it out onto my skinny little wrists and see how well it fits. It's actually fairly comfortable, to be honest. And a lot of people tell me that I wear my wrist on the wrong watch. Right. Now, a lot of people tell me that I wear my watch on the wrong wrist because I'm technically right-handed. I'm supposed to apparently wear it on this wrist, but I kind of actually consider myself ambidextrous, and I just find a watch much more comfortable on this side. However, the problem that does give you is that the buttons are on the wrong side. But I don't actually have a problem with this because I figure that you just do it like that anyway. It's fine. It's more than comfortable. Why are people moaning at me for the way I wear a watch? Now that it is on my wrist, let's just have a look at some of these things that were up a minute ago. So apparently I have very warm skin. I guess I have to have worn it for a minute or two. I'll tell you what, wait there, let me wear it for a minute or two and then I'll come back.
A few moments later.
Okay, so I've now been wearing it for a little while. Now, what's quite nice is it turns on when you tip your arm up and look at it, and that's how you get the screen to come alive. When you then put it back down, the screen goes black kind of pretty much straight away. Good for, holding the battery charge and so on. But that's why I keep jabbing at it, because obviously I'm not actually raising it up and down at the moment, I'm messing around with it. So let's see, I want to have a look at some of these things. So it's still not picking up my heart rate, and I'm not sure why. I would have thought it would have done by now, but it hasn't yet, so that is what it is. Oh, it just did. Did you see that? Literally, as I swiped away, it did. You obviously have to just leave it on this page for a minute then, for it to come up. There it is. So 82, 81. I think I'm pretty high normally anyway, so. But let's not get into that now. Let's carry on. So yeah, my skin is still very warm. Body hasn't shown up, I'm not quite sure. I guess it's still working on it. I haven't been to sleep yet. This did come up a minute ago, and I don't understand how or why, but it vibrated and then said 99%. Don't know what that meant. The weather, it doesn't seem to know. I can tell you it's drizzling. It's horrible. It's very English weather out there. Calculator. So that's that. Now, what I wanted to do is see what happens when you receive a call. So I have connected it via Bluetooth to my other phone. So from this phone, I'm going to try ringing me and see what happens. Oh. Okay, there we go. Now you should be able to see that. With a bit of luck, I'll have blurred the number out. But there we go, we've got a call coming in on the phone. Hello. Hello, can you hear me? Okay. So I'll put that near there, and hopefully you can hear that coming back. This is very technical, this review, isn't it? But the audio quality from the watch is pretty good. I could actually think you could hold a conversation with that. Yeah, let's hang that up. Let me see. Oh, I think I've just gone cycling. I don't want to go cycling. Your watch should never force you to go cycling, right? Okay, so to summarise, this watch. It's around about £60 from Amazon. Quality-wise, it feels pretty decent. I like the feel. I just showed it to my other half and she said, "Ooh, I like that." So it obviously looks decent, it looks good. It feels pretty solid. The touch on it is actually really nice and responsive, and that's one of the things with these types of devices I hate, is when they're laggy. My Apple Watch is an old one, it's like a Gen 3, and it's really hard to use it, so most of the time I barely even wear it nowadays because it's just a faff to use. Yeah, if I spent a bunch of money and upgraded to the latest version, I'm sure it would be fine. But it was good to see on a watch like this that it is nice and responsive, so that was good. It's got a 300 milliamp battery, so I assume the battery will last pretty well on it. I will find this out in time as I actually use it. If I had one thing that I would say that I really don't like, that is this charger feels really cheap and nasty. And there's not enough weight in it to overcome the kinks in the cable. So therefore do you see the way it moves around on the table there? It won't lie flat on its own. I don't like that very much. And while it is magnetic, the magnet is not very strong. So a couple of times when I just put it on charge earlier, I accidentally knocked it and it falls off really quite easily. So if I was going to say anything bad about it, it would be that I'm not a fan of this charger and this needs improvement. Having said that, being that I'm super into 3D printing and modelling and so on, I'd actually be inclined to make a little housing that houses the watch nicely and sits all in there and holds it well. But again, problem here, this cable is insanely short. Like, seriously, come on. You've got to put the watch that close to your socket. No, silly. Charger, terrible. Watch, decent. I like it. You could live with that, but yeah, this is all right. So yeah, what I will do is I will wear this over the next few days and see how I get on. And if you make sure you subscribe to the channel, I'll pop a couple of YouTube Shorts videos up with some updates on how I'm getting on with it. So you can find out from those videos how it kind of lasts in actual use. So that's where I am. So once again, thank you very much to GTide for sending me the watch to have a play with. I appreciate it very much. If you're interested in picking one of these up, have a look in the description. I'll chuck a link in there so that you can go and grab one. In all fairness, I would genuinely say this would make a really good little Christmas present. Obviously, if you're watching this after Christmas, like in January or February time, just ignore that. But if you're still watching it before Christmas, then yeah. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. It was great fun. Thanks again to GTide, and if you did enjoy it, do make sure you hit that like button and also hit the subscribe button, and clicking the little bell will notify you when I put the new videos up, including the little shorts with the updates on this. So, thanks once again, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.